Week 3, the week you finally find out if your team is complete garbage or if you're going to the playoffs. That's a little bit of an exaggeration, isn't it? But in all honesty, if you start 0-3, you're probably not making the playoffs. And if you start 3-0, the likelihood of you making the playoffs is also much higher. So welcome to my Week 3 NFL picks. This week is going to be exciting. Last week was amazing. You had comeback from behind wins all over the place. The Jets, the Dolphins, the Cardinals all came from behind to win the football game by like triple digits almost. So to start off this week, I just want to say thank you guys for all the support. If you want, please touch that like button. It helps out the channel a lot. Subscribe if you're new around here and hit that bell notification because, you know, it turns on the notifications for you guys. That way you guys can find out when we upload a new video. All right, before we hop into today's predictions, I just want to say all odds are provided by Fox Bet. So I'm not sponsored, but that's where we get all of our odds from and all of our spreads and everything like that. Those again will be on the screen somewhere and everything. So I'm not going to say them in the video because they will change by the time I edit this video and it's just not going to line up. But the first game we have is the Lions at the Vikings. Oh boy. So the Vikings blow out the Packers week 1, right? And then they get shelled by the Eagles week 2. So I mean, I predicted them to win last week. I mean, it's my fault. Kirk Cousins is not a great Monday night quarterback. He's not a great primetime quarterback in general. So that's my fault that I picked them. However, I do think that I'm going to predict the Lions to win, okay? I'm going to predict the Lions to win. The Lions usually play pretty well against the Vikings, and the Vikings were the one team that the Lions beat when they were winless back in 2020, or was it last year? It might have even been last year that they were winless and ended up pulling out a victory. So I think overall the Lions are worse than the Vikings as a team, but I do think they come out with this victory. I think it's going to be a very close game. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game because the Lions have showed that they can put up points. So I think it's going to be 32-28. A very high-scoring game for both teams. Defenses are both very kind of mid. I mean, the Vikings have a better defense than the Lions, but both teams are kind of mid. So moving on to the next game of the week. All right, for our second game of the week, we have the Raiders at the Titans. I think the Raiders are going to win this ball game. They are by far the better team here. If they can pull out this victory and not choke another lead, the Raiders are by far the better team. They got the better quarterback. They got the better wide receiver. Running back obviously goes to the Titans. Defense probably goes to the Titans, but they just let up 41 points on the Bills. But the Bills are the Bills, so I do think the Raiders are going to win, get their first victory of the season, and the Titans are going to fall to 0-3. Sadly, but I don't really want to see the Titans in the playoffs. I really don't want to see the Raiders in the playoffs either, but the Titans seem to give my Chiefs some troubles, so we'll try to avoid those. Anyways, I think the Raiders are going to win, and I think they'll win probably pretty convincingly. Not a blowout, but I think they'll win by like 7-8 points. I think they'll win 30-22, a very, very high-ish scoring game, not too high, and the Titans aren't going to get blown out, but I could see it being kind of like a blowout for the way that the Raiders play compared to the way the Titans played. So that'll move us on to Game 3 of our NFL Week 3 picks. So we have the Ravens at the Patriots. This isn't even close. The Ravens are going to win against the Patriots. I wouldn't be surprised if the Ravens blow out the Patriots. I hate predicting blowouts, but I think that that's going to happen. I see the Patriots losing very severely by like 21 points to the Ravens. So I'm going to say 13-34. I think it's going to be a very, very lopsided game here. Ravens just got demolished by the Dolphins. Not demolished, but beat by the Dolphins. Had a huge lead for a while, just melted down. The Dolphins are by far a better team than New England. So I don't think this game's going to be close. And I don't think Fox Bet has this game very close either. So Ravens win 34-13. So that's going to move us on to Game 4 of Week 3 NFL picks, baby. This next game is Eagles at Commanders. Still very weird to say, and I think it's the first time I've predicted the Commanders. Anyways, the Eagles are my NFC East pick to win the division. And I also have the Commanders as a wild card in that division. So I think the Eagles are going to win. They are a better team right now. Commanders aren't bad by any points, but they're just not the Eagles. And I think until they get their defense figured out for the Commanders, I don't think they can hang with the Eagles. So I think the Eagles win a closer game than what it was last Monday, but I think the Eagles win 27-20. 7-point game. I think it's going to be higher scoring, but I just don't see the Commanders pulling this one out. Maybe in the future, that once they get their defensive line fixed and their defense in general just kind of complete. They were good a few years ago, and they still have a lot of their key pieces. So they just got to get rolling again, and I trust in the Commanders coach. I like Carson Wentz more than a lot of people, but yeah, so I think the Eagles are going to win here. All right, so for our 5th and final game of the week, we have the Packers visiting the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers seem to have Aaron Rodgers' numbers as Tom Brady plays for them, but I'm going to say that the Packers win by 3 points. I think the Packers win 30-27. I think it's a higher scoring game. I think Tom Brady just hasn't looked like Tom Brady. Okay, let me change my score. I think the Packers win 24-21. Tom Brady has not looked like Tom Brady. I know he's probably going to get better as the year goes on, but he just does not look like Tom Brady normally looks. He looks older, if that makes sense. I mean, he's 45 years old. Aaron Rodgers had a stinker in the first game of the year, but he also put on a clinic for the Bears. But that's who Aaron Rodgers is. He owns the Bears. He's like 20-3 over the Bears over the last 23 games, I think. Don't quote me, I think. And it's just about time that Aaron Rodgers gets his revenge on Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. And I think, you know, they both lost some key pieces. So that's why I think it's going to be a lower scoring game, because each offense is kind of worse than what it was at one point. But with that being said, I do think the Packers win 24-21. Lower scoring game, probably a lot of defensive stuff, but you know, that's what we have for our Week 5 NFL picks. That is what I have for my Week 3 NFL picks. If you guys did enjoy, please touch that like button. It helps out the channel a lot. Subscribe if you're new, because why wouldn't you subscribe? Content's just going to get better. And if you guys did enjoy this 2 camera angles that I'm going on right now, let me know if you guys hated it. I'm still figuring out other things. You know, I want to try out different things and stuff like that. When it's me and my co-host, there's definitely going to be 2 cameras here. One's going to point on him, one's going to point on me, and stuff like that. And then I would like to work my way up to 3 at one point, have one in the middle getting both of us, one getting me, one getting him, and stuff like that. That is my end goal for this. And yeah, so touch the subscribe button, the like button as well, and hit the bell notification, and I will see you boys in the next video. Peace!